Can we all admit that journalism is kind of unique in the most worstest ways possible? I just got back from reading a CBR article about anime, because that's gonna be the whole attrition of this topic I wanted to get for a video, and it kind of really put a hole in my gut, like eating a burger would if I got it from Sonic sometimes. Is the fact that they're saying that Rising of the Shield Hero and Black Summoner is quote unquote encouraging or justifying or normalizing, or what's that word, sanitizing slavery? And I had to say, whoever wrote that article was clearly smoking something. I'm talking about like the most potent thing. I'm talking about it had to put them on like cloud 100. Like they were floating. They weren't walking anymore. They were literally floating in midair. Since when has anime ever encouraged anything? Slavery? Slavery? Nah, really? I never. Slavery? I have to break it down right quick, because since I never watched Black Summoner, well, I haven't watched it yet, it's on my Crunchyroll list, and that list is so expansive, I got a backlog more anime for it. But I watched the first season of Rising of the Shield Hero. Big surprise. But he had no choice. Naofumi was not only falsely accused of raping someone, and that person was the princess of the kingdom he got isekai to, is the fact that no one wanted to party with him, since his reputation was tarnished. So he had no choice but to buy a slave. Since he was the shield hero, he pretty much had no offensive capabilities. He was all defensive. He was pretty much stuck at the support unit. So buying a slave was pretty much his only out to even still last for 3 seconds. But you know what the problem is? This article is just pretty much just saying, it's just justifying it because it's false nobility or something. Buying these slave girls to be fighters and party members rather than domestic servants. They even break the physical chains of these slave girls and refuse to physically bind them again. But no matter Kevin or Naofumi's good intentions, some things simply cannot be polished and made palpable to viewers. Like, what the hell kind of goofy ass shit is that? Anime is justifying buying slaves. Why is media, fictional media, video games, animes, movies, TV shows, I don't care if it was paint drying, why people gotta pick it apart and then make it like some weird underlying message, some underlying agenda? When has anime ever encouraged buying a slave and saying it was false nobility or this is encouraging people? When? I know there's fandoms, I know there's actual like brainlets and mentally disabled people, not disabled, more like psychologically damaged people who will believe this rhetoric, but what? That's like the same argument as anime that involves underage characters who might be older, because anime's like, oh, I'm a lolly but I'm like 30,000 years old, and it's like it's justifying pedophilia. It's like, no, it's not, guys. It's fictional media. Yes, fictional media can have some level of sway or some level of influential takeover, but it's not that damn serious, and it's definitely not justifying some agenda. It's an isekai anime. I don't think we should ever hold isekais to a standard where they're changing our lives like this. I mean, isekais are literally the shit, like the shit post of anime genres, because it's literally just your Joe Schmo who's been murdered, who's been accidentally killed in some freak accident, who worked himself to death, who read a book, who was pulling his beef on the couch one day, and boom, he got isekai'd to another world, where now he's overpowered. Now he has a harem. Now he got some sort of sealed destiny to go fight the big bad. It's isekai. They all fall in the same place. Local Joe Schmo or Mary Sue Rella gets isekai to a world of fantasy where it's gonna probably be so agonizingly detailed about it running on like some weird game system, but yet so questioningly vague, and they'll never be brought up ever again. to even come close to making some sort of consistency or some plot, relevance. It's isekais, guys. I thought we got done with this. I thought we stopped believing in isekai animes being anything more than just I guess shovelware for the other animes that weren't just rom-coms, harem animes, your usual ecchis or psychological animes. I thought we got past this point, but I clearly see that we're not ready yet. I mean, we could go back in time. Can we go back in time when people were just shitting on Goblin Slayer for the first episode? Because that was kind of funny. It's like, oh no, a character's being assaulted in an anime? That never happened before. This ruined my taste in anime. Even though Goblin Slayer is just another anime, and let's be honest, that's kind of like the softcore version of Berserk. And if anyone knows Berserk, you gotta know a lot of shit happens in Berserk. I know. I literally watched a 21-hour complete beginning to end video about Berserk and all its mangas, from Black Swordsman all the way to Fantasia. Yeah, I'm pretty much deep into Berserk, and I haven't even bought the damn mangas yet. I'm sorry. It's just, I think CBR just got their point, construed here, just a little mixed up. And it's weird how people are saying, no matter how desperate or noble Kevin or Naofumi feels to be themselves, there's no defending their actions. No defending their actions. Raphtalia literally got her crest back regardless. Naofumi said you don't have to get yourself back to slave binding. She wanted that. Like I said, I can't speak for Black Summoner, because the only other anime I know that involves a slave is literally the one where the guy got isekai, was it? I think he got isekai, and the only thing he wanted to do was plow his slave, but he was too poor to buy one. That's literally the only thing I know about that anime that came out recently. But it's just so weird. It's now it makes it sound like that Naofumi and the guy from Black Summoner, what was his name, Kevin, they make it sound like that these guys are still just a shallow, empty monsters who is just buying slaves regardless, who just don't care. You can't justify their actions, because as if being isekai into an anime or being in an anime where they have slaves as an option is gonna make me some sort of hero. I went there with a purpose. I bought them for a reason. It's like it makes us make it sound like their main characters are just evil, and we all know how Naofumi was. I know I keep dick riding Naofumi to an extent that is being damn near illegal, but Naofumi had a reason. Like I said, he was falsely accused. His reputation was tarnished. He essentially had no one else willing to partner up with him. He was pretty much left to the fucking wolves in terms of that world, and he hated it more than anybody. I'm surprised the anime didn't go for his light novel self, and he became a full-on misogynistic narcissist at this point who just straight up hate women, but the anime kind of like toned it down, I guess, in case of tonal whiplash, i.e. the internet throwing a bitch fit because, oh my god, a male's being misogynistic? That we can't have that, because all males are just fucking pussies, because all males gotta have a 30-inch dick in their ass and and pray to our supreme women gods, even though that's never going to be the case. I know, did I just say that? Moving on. But anyway, like I said, this article just really made me angry, and I had to express some really deep-seated emotion about how it's portraying the characters in it, just making it sound like that. It's like, oh my goodness, they're buying slaves. That's just not right. That's terrible, and it makes it feel like the women are just meat for the grinder. It's making the main characters seem like they're just bastards who just bought slaves, even though one had a legitimate reason to buy a slave. It's just stupid. Okay, that's gonna be it. I didn't have anything really to come up with a video this week or recently, so just take that with a grain of salt. No, why don't you take it, try it, keep it, buy it. Anyway, until next time, I bid you adieu.